While you're on your SaaS journey, you are going to have problems. And in my experience, it was the fear of not knowing what those problems are and how to solve them that stopped me from beginning altogether. So in this video, we're going to dive into 4 unexpected challenges that I had and how I'd solve them. Look, let's be honest, you could probably say the entire tech stack is going to be full of unexpected challenges. And it is. It's going to have loads of problems. But that's why you're a developer, and I know you love solving those problems, and I secretly know that you love writing unit tests.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
But diving into the first unexpected challenge was the complexity of the auth management systems. And I'm not saying like auth itself is hard or complex, like low-key refresh tokens are a pain in the ass, and having a good sense of like actual standard security across your whole application can be a little tricky. But what I really mean is all of the auth systems out there right now all just kind of suck. Because once you start using GitHub or Google or Apple providers, you just start relying on their service. And if you didn't know, once you start adding specifically Google and Apple, you have to do a whole lot more in your app just to meet compliance for the App Store. And then you start looking to external products like Clerk to help you out here. And quite truthfully, at least in React Native, the experience is pretty damn terrible. For starters, there's no offline dev experience because as of right now, September 2024, Clerk does not provide any kind of Docker image or simulator or anything so that you can work totally offline. So kind of sucks having to be on Wi-Fi at all times just to work on your simulated iPhone. So I really do hope that Clerk fixes this. And even worse, imagine this scenario. Your client logs in, they get a new token, they cache data in the app, and then they leave their house or something, right? They lose service for just a little bit. They go in your app again, and the Clerk provider, at least in React Native, completely destroys the user experience. As of now, because of the Clerk provider needs to talk to the mothership, you completely black screen your app for around 10 seconds. I'm assuming while Clerk is trying to retry talking to the provider, and it just black screens your app for almost 10 seconds until it finally recognizes that it can't talk to the mothership and then redirects you to the login screen. You probably still have a valid token. You still have all the damn data cached in the app, and your app hasn't asked for new data yet. So I really do hope that Clerk fixes this because it's really damn terrible. So all of this to say that both your user and developer experience with authentication can be tricky, and you need to recognize what you're trading off whenever you pick one. So figure out what you actually desire. Is it a better user experience? Is it a better developer experience? And as of September 2024, if you care about an offline developer experience, don't use Clerk because it just doesn't support it right now. And I think for me, at least, that is a huge feature that I am greatly missing now that I've gone with Clerk. And quite truthfully, is like a huge reason why I might consider going to something else like Firebase. The second thing that really hit me was finding a work-life balance. And this is something I still struggle with and still strive to find the balance on every day. But let's face the reality, for most of us still working 9-to-5s, which pays the bills, we're sitting there doing our jobs, but mentally desiring to be at home or in the coffee shop working on your side hustle or side project. And I get it. I try to find this balance as somebody who's still working 9-to-5. We're getting a dog at the end of the month. I have kids. I care about my health. And I'm trying to do social media, which, side tangent, if you like this style of content, I would immensely appreciate you giving it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. It pushes the algorithm and lets more people find this channel. And on top of all of that, I'm still building in public, building Benchbox, which if you're new here, it's an app for woodworkers so that they can focus on doing what they love, which is building, and let the app focus on all the business and management side of the shop. And for me, and I think many of you, there's only one true solution, and that is to actually time manage. And I know that sounds like a no shit answer, but it's to really open your damn calendar, put in some time blocks, and see where you actually land. See what you can afford to spend. See how you want to prioritize your family time, your work time, your side project time. See what kind of scope you need to reduce so that you can fit in all of those things. And I think the other harsh reality is you just have to lower your expectations. You don't need to lower the quality of your product. Keep your standards damn high. But you do need to lower your expectations and the time it's going to take to complete everything. The more and more you try to balance, the longer individual things are just going to take. And as somebody who has a significant other, something that's worked for me is just having a conversation with them and saying, hey, I'm about to go into a little bit of a cave hole. Hold down the fort. I'll be back soon, and I'll be giving you, love and attention and all those things that might be lacking when I'm really, really deep in the cave hole. It's okay to go through those seasons. And I think as long as it is open and you're communicating about it, your partner or your spouse will find it just fine. So yeah, think of your time as your financial process, right? You have $100. Spend every single penny, but just recognize you might have to reduce the scope to make things fit. The third unexpected challenge was both scope and feature creep. And like, holy shit, I generally tout myself as somebody who is good at decomposing tickets, good at reducing scope, good at cutting things in half, like on the 9 to 5, being in Scrum meetings and say, nope, too complex right now, not worth the money right now, we'll do this later. All of those types of things to make sure that we stay on target, until I literally started building a product for myself where I am defining all of the capabilities and features that apparently everything must be a must-have. It is really freaking easy to get overzealous and just kind of go into these rabbit holes and side tangents of all of these little features and shiny things that you think your project actually needs, and only to get to the end of the week to be like, what the actual did I actually complete? So to help keep myself on track, I came up with a small framework that I think that will help you too. So the 2 easy things that you can do are what I like to call the can you framework. For every single feature that is on your current honey-do list, ask yourself, can you launch this product without this feature? If you have to think about that answer, and if it is not in like 100% immediate no, just know that this feature belongs on your backlog and not something that you should be working right now. Every single feature on this list should have to fight to survive. So can you launch this product without this feature? And if it's not an immediate answer, if you have to think about it, even for a moment, it's not necessary right now. Just cut it off right there and then and don't think about it. And once you have identified the actual critical features for your MVP, for your product, whatever you're releasing, the second question of the can you framework is, can you make this feature more simple? And I'm not talking about simple as like better understanding the feature, decomposing it further. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is like, no shit, can you make the implementation less complex? Can you offer less? Can you do less? Think of your SaaS as a damn Charmin commercial. Less is more here. You need to actually start pushing things out to customers. And if you think for a second that you can make this feature a little less complex, immediately start digging into it and start ripping shit out, because you don't need all of it. Ship it to customers, worry about the complexities and the new features later. The last thing that I faced, and quite truthfully I'm still facing today, is the emotional roller coaster that you go on while you're building SaaS. Man, in the beginning, you are so damn hyped. You're feeling good. You're seeing shit on the screen. You picked your authentication system. You set up your data models, and you are just having a freaking blast. You are feeling good. And then the next shiny object or cool idea pops up and you're like, oh shit, like you start feeling guilty that you want to go work on that and not on the product that you've already started. And then you chug on through and you release something to your audience or your customers and they really vibe with it. And you're like, I'm back, baby. I'm that guy, I'm him. Let's have fun. Let's dive into the code real deep again. All for this to just repeat over and over and over and over. Well, I'm here to tell you and reassure you that even after, 6 months, 7 months of building my product, it still happens to me on a weekly basis. And sometimes you have to build in the dark for weeks on end just to see the light. And the best way that I found to help combat these emotional feelings and stay focused on my project is 2 things. First and foremost, go build in public. I am so damn passionate about this. And you don't have to publish it on YouTube like me. You could do threads, you could do X, you could do a blog, you could just tell your friends in person. Build in public in whatever means that is comfortable for you. And the reason for that is you just build this external accountability system. If I don't make progress on my app, I don't have many things to share for you all. I can't talk from my experiences if I don't have those experiences. So that's a really awesome driver that helps hold me accountable to make sure that I'm genuinely adding value from my experiences back to you all. So go out, talk about it, build it in public, allow others to help hold you accountable, and it's just gonna be a lot more enjoyable along the way. The second thing that really helps me is just joining a developer community. It doesn't have to be my community, which, by the way, link down below, we are officially free. Anybody can come in and join, and there's no monthly subscription, but we still have a mission of donating to Kids in STEM every month. So if that is something of interest to you, you can still donate, but you don't have to pay to get into the community. So top link down below. But it doesn't have to be this community. It doesn't have to be my community. Build your own community. Join other developer communities out there. I've just found that it's super helpful to be able to talk to other founders and indie hackers and just normal devs having fun, because when things suck, it sucks a little less when you're not alone. And look, that's all I have for you. There are 4 unexpected challenges that I faced and how I would solve them. And if you like this video and you like this style of content or you found it helpful, let me know by dropping a comment down below. Would love to make more of this genuine, helpful talking head style content as long as you all are liking it too. So I appreciate you. I want to hear what you're building. I want to build up this community. Top link down below to join my developer community. And with that, I will see you all next week. Peace.